welcome to our recap video for the Necrons against the Ultramarines. Of course, if you haven't seen that game, you should go watch it first. This is gonna have big spoilers. Big spoilers for that. And we have to say, this was the debut of the Silent King, and what an auspicious debut. He was a beast.
That was great.
And he leveled up this whole army.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely got to see him do all of his tricks.
Yeah.
And see, how he, like you said, levels things up, right? It was the warriors that really, in my opinion, kind of took the day.
Yeah.
But it was also partially because of him and the things that he gives them to be so reliable. Really, really cool first game with him. We got to
His shooting was ruthless.
Oh my gosh, it's so terrifying. And this was a list that wasn't the best for it, even, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. So between that, Void Dragon, we saw a little bit less of.
The Mortals were good.
But the Mortals were really good.
And even when he finally got to fight with Entropic Strike, it was vicious. He almost one-shotted Guilliman. He really probably could have on even average dice, which is crazy.
That's bananas.
Right?
So good, yeah. So absolutely brutal. Do you have an MVP overall for your army?
One thing I will say, the whole army behaved super strongly.
Yeah.
And it's a very tough call between the king himself and the warriors.
Yeah.
The warriors are always like, they get you all your points. They were unshootable, and they dish out massive damage.
Yeah.
But the king was so good. His shooting was key. He picked up a ton of secondary points.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm gonna give it to the king.
All right, fair enough.
That's your MVP?
I'm gonna give it to the Silent King. Yeah.
The Silent King. Yeah, he was just amazing, and taking him with that secondary, it's just like an automatic 15 points, you know?
Yeah.
So powerful.
And the fact that he can be obscured, he has fly to come up over the wall.
Yep.
So he's like safe until he's right up in your face.
And the fact that the Miniers can like peek out and get those line of sight on just like one thing, shoot, and then still be obscured from the actual things that threaten you.
Sure.
That was something that you were doing multiple times. We didn't really talk about it, but it was really powerful. So that you could be shooting me, but I actually had almost no response with even my Eradicators. So
that's right.
Very, very cool stuff there from the Silent King.
Yeah, it's close between him and the Warriors. So the Warriors are always good. Like I end this game, I didn't even use my Resorb, and I end this game out of 40 Warriors, I have 39.
Yeah. Because
out of 40 warriors.
Yeah.
It's like not even worth fighting them.
If you had ended up with less warriors, I think this would have been a blowout.
I would have even had more points.
If I had gone into the war, because it was a close game until the end, right? And the thing is, like, if I start shooting into warriors, you're spreading around, you're moving them, you can use a Resorb somewhere else.
Grabbing
points. They're just so tough to deal with.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Do you have an MVP in your list?
I am debating between two, but I'm gonna give it to the Blade Guard.
Yeah,
because they held the line, right? They are the classic Oath moment. They got up, and this was only a 4-man. It wasn't even a 5-man. So they held the line regardless of everything else.
Yep.
So they were great. They get me my Oath moment. My second place. This is not just to be cheeky, but genuinely speaking, Tigurius was essential.
He was cool.
Getting that 5+ invuln across the army consistently. Is
the
really,
-1
really
to hit
important.
even came up a couple times.
The -1 was important, so he gets a honorable mention, and he was very close because it's just that power is so important.
Yeah.
And to get it so reliably is really, really great.
Absolutely. What a cool game. What do you think? Was there one big mistake you would change in this game?
Only putting out the unit of aggressors early. That's about it, personally. I think it was an uphill battle. I think it was a cool game, and it was a good matchup. But it definitely was an uphill battle, especially being forced to go first.
Yeah.
Right? Because I have to run up. If I don't move up, then you can immediately just body block with all your warriors. That's my biggest concern. Right?
Yeah, it's me just dominating the points.
Yeah. So I just wish I had kept these aggressors back here, because they didn't really get to do much that turn. I was just trying to get up on the point. Actually, you know what? Here's the thing, though. You had to split your fire to kill them and the Blade Guard, and if it was just Blade Guard, you 100% would have killed them. I would have no domination, and you'd be blocking the point. So even then, I don't know, right?
Sure.
I was trying to put assets to force you to have to split, so I at least had something for domination or Oath of Moment,
right?
And then I can come in.
Because they got both squads down to 1 model.
Yeah, so you for sure would have cleared it.
They would have killed one unit.
So that's the tough thing.
Hard,
so maybe not even, but yeah.
I think for me, the one big mistake I made is in turn 2, I didn't charge with my warriors.
Yes.
Which means I didn't get my OPSEC up on the point, and that would have pushed my warriors up, and it would have allowed me to crowd the point.
Yep.
So I lost. That was a huge swing.
It was.
You got 15 primary that turn. So, and then I lost my domination, and I think there was even something else I lost.
Yeah.
So it was all bad.
Yeah.
That was it.
It gave me Oath of Moment too.
That's right.
So yeah, I agree. I think that was just a mistake. Luckily, you picked it up later on. But yeah,
that was
sure.
definitely
I noticed it. At first, I thought like you just didn't have room for the charge, Or maybe you were overconfident about the Praetorians.
I was overconfident about the Praetorians. Like in my head, I was like, yeah, I should charge with those warriors. I'm like, it'll be fine.
Right.
But in hindsight, I actually, there was no reason not to.
Exactly. Really cool game, though. A lot of back and forth, which was awesome.
Yeah, very much so. All right, let's do some Qs and As.
Let's do it. Thank you, Paul. Hey, guys. Still waiting for my Happy Eldar remote. I just finished 120 Orange Gretchen. Now Grot tanks was the best tip for playing a full Grot army.
Ooh.
If only we had done that.
I know. Well, if you remember, you can check out a certain game against Bridger. Really, really fun game.
That's right. This was a members-only game. Also one of our most fun games. And it was an all Grot army with a bunch of Grot tanks.
Yeah.
Against, what was it against? Custodes.
Custodes, yeah.
Naturally.
What else, Brian?
Yeah, so that's a really cool game. You should check that out. But that is a way to play it.
Absolutely. That is one way to play it. I think I would... it's a balance, right? Because you're taking genuinely good units, like things like the Killicans and the Grot Megatanks.
Yeah.
But you also need OBSEC, you need bodies, and that's a great asset for the Grots. Obviously, you're taking the Grot... Not Rebels, but whatever it is, the clan trait that gives them 6+ invuln and rerolling 1s to hit. So already really great. The 6+ invuln means you can be a bit more independent from your custom force fields, and you can kind of throw stuff on and just like 1 or 2 will survive, which even happened with Bridger, and because of new morale is great for Grots. It used to be, okay, you lost half the squad, well now they're all dead. Nowadays, odds are you're not going to lose
You're just going to lose a couple.
So you're going to have OBSEC on the board. So it's a balance between like big screen units of like big Grots and then a bunch of smaller ones that can kind of run out and do stuff like that.
I think it's cool. And then one of the tricks that almost a lot of Orc players do is they'll convert an Orc model to look like a Grot model.
That's right.
So that you could still have a War Boss or something like that.
Yeah.
You made a War Boss on bike, but you made like a custom buggy that was driven by some mad Grots, right?
Yeah, which it is important because some of your other units, like a lot of the best Grot units, are tanks. They are vehicles, so you want to get that advance in charge.
Yeah.
Plus, you're not hurting yourself competitively as much.
That's right.
So.
Yeah.
Alrighty, thanks, Jesters. Hey, Titans. Wanted to say thank you all for the amazing content. What do you think about flayed ones for Necrons? Would you run them in big squads or MSU?
Big squads.
Yeah, because they have some cool strats. I would just have squads implies I would have more than one, and I never would. I would only ever have one, and it would be a big squad, and I would keep it safe and then run up and use it to just thrash a thing. They're really good at killing hordes.
Like other warriors.
Yeah.
They're one of the best units for that, honestly.
Yeah, that's right. And that's what's kind of cool about them. But we have, 10 of them now in this new box that they gave us today.
5, I think.
It's only 5? How are 5 supposed to go up against 5
well, it's a kill team
Space
box.
Marines?
Why would they give you 10 of anything?
Because there's 5 heavy intercessors. How are you going to... Whatever.
Because you can make a whole team of heavy intercessors.
Like 3 more boxes before we can play them.
So that's a shame because you really do want a huge unit of them, right?
That's the way to go, honestly. Just because you're trying to, again, it's a one and done thing. You're trying to pop your strats. You're trying to get in there, do a big sweep, thrash or thresh in this case, one thing.
Yeah.
Right. Whether or not it's warriors, right? Warriors is doubly important.
I wish they had a bit more movement. The 5-inch.
They only move 5,
and because they don't have core, I guess they don't benefit from the extra movement.
That surprises me.
I don't. Do they actually get that?
Wow, that's a bummer.
It is kind of a So only Relentless March is only core, so they're always slow.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's kind of rough.
But
they really. This is one of the things they didn't give core to Flayed ones, Praetorians, or to any destroyers, and it actually makes them suffer quite a bit because the Flayed ones could come in through Monoliths. They could come through the flyer that lets you teleport down, but they can't do any of those things. And that would be their cool delivery mechanisms.
That's so weird.
But now, as it stands, they really only protect your deployment zone because if they move out, somebody will just shred them.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is extra unfortunate because, again, you're often using them as a response to a specific type of unit. So because you're in your deployment zone, because you're slow, your opponent can be like, well, they're here, so I'm going to go over here.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Obviously, you can play them centrally if you're doing Dawn of War style, but...
When they do get to, if you have a big unit and they do get to charge...
They hit like a truck.
They can hit really well, but it's not...
They get Dynasty, right? They get that?
They do get Dynasty.
Okay, cool. So you can make them Novak, and they will really shred.
Yeah.
That's cool. The extra AP, the extra attack. That's tasty.
And they have a strat.
And they have a strat.
So you can stack the Novak strat and their strat.
Yeah.
That's
and
right.
get like 1,000 attacks.
They're cool. They're really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
These are the downsides to consider when you're playing them, but they're awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Looper Callius. Great content, guys. I always thought the aesthetic of the Tau didn't fit in 40K, but recently I've learned to love them, even considering doing a Farsight army.
Nice.
Anything you loved with time?
Ooh.
There's a lot, actually.
There's a lot. A lot of the new Space Marine stuff, to be honest. Inceptors.
Yeah.
Right? When they first came out, I was like, that's so goofy.
Yeah, they had the weird flight stands and things like that.
Yeah, which they still have, but there's a genuine association between the way a model plays and the way a model looks that affects it. I can't get beyond it, you know. So now that Inceptors are such a agile, scary unit, it also makes me see them differently. You know,
Yeah.
like I know that sounds weird, but like the narrative of them feels better. Whereas before they were just like weird bubble boys.
They were pretty doofy.
Yeah.
I will say that I started with Tau because they were different from everything in 40k because they were so clean. And I liked that kind of clean elfish look in a way. I almost took Eldar, but their models weren't quite right for me. And I didn't like any army that didn't have that clean look. So that's why I went to Space Marines next, because the new Space Marines are all like super clean edge. And then I didn't like anything with that more grungy look, like the Orcs and the Tyranids and any of that kind of stuff. But over time, I came to have a deep appreciation for all of those armies, and eventually collected them all.
Yeah, for all of the armies.
Thanks again, Jesters. What do you think is the best loadout for Space Marine Stormspeeder? Going to be running it mainly as Salamanders and occasionally White Scars.
This is the new ones, the Primaris speeders.
Tough call. So I think there's two answers. One,
I don't remember the profile on these two.
Generally, we prefer. Well, I won't make a block name, but I think we prefer the Reaper styles, where it's just a ton of shots.
Yeah.
However, specifically, you have Salamanders and White Scars. White Scars could go. I'd probably still stick with Reaper. The Salamander, you have the Melta ones become much more interesting, not only because of your Super Doctrine, but also because you have the reroll, which is important because vehicles don't get core. So then whichever one has the Melta becomes more interesting for Salamanders. That's what I'd say.
The Stormspeeder Hammer Strike is the Melta Destroyer.
Yeah.
And it has just 3 Melta shots. And then it has the Crack Storm Grenade Launchers, this is Bridger's favorite, and a Hammer Strike Missile Launcher. So, it's just 3 Melta shots. So
and 2 crack grenades, Brian.
Yeah, 2 crack grenades. Yeah. It's okay.
+1 to wound is core only, right?
From Jagatai?
No, the strat.
Works. Oh, maybe
for Salamanders.
Oh, the Salamanders, but they already get a +2 to wound with Melta.
True.
Automatically.
True. Yeah.
So that's
it's just
pretty
weird
good
because they have like a mixed profile. But
yeah, that's right. I like the Hail Strike is the one that we're talking about with the Onslaught Gatlings. It has basically the Onslaught Gatling and the twin Iron Hail Stubber, so it's 16 shots plus 2d6 extra. Yeah. It's just a lot of DACA at AP1.
Yeah, that's the Reaper one I'm talking. The Reaper style one.
That's right.
Because again, you don't have rerolls, so these all over the course of like a million games will kind of average the same like accuracy. Yeah. But in a single game, when you only have like this other one's 6 shots, there's gonna be a lot more variance. Whereas if you have 16 shots,
I'd say the thing you're talking about, the armies that have a reason to take the Hammer Strike, either the ones that can get more damage out of it or more durability out of it. I think that becomes interesting.
Yeah.
And there are several like
Dark Angels.
The Dark Angels get more durability because they get the invuln. Even White Scars get more durability in a way because they have strats for that. So yeah, I think it's good.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they have an advance, get an invuln.
Yeah, these are heavy, so you can't advance to shoot.
It's true.
Well, that I can't help you with.
Okay, just making sure.
But the Raven Wing are good there. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna get them. They just came for pre-order.
I think
they came out a couple weeks ago.
We just haven't seen them.
Yeah,
because
I'm working on the ATVs right now.
Yeah.
I'll come around and get a few of these for my White Scars and a few others.
When I get around to doing more of my Raven Wing, I'm gonna get some for that.
Cool.
So
nice.
Alrighty, thanks, Colt. To expand on Alfarius getting stuff done, if you ponder, the Horus Heresy only had success because of Alpha Legion, Iron Warriors, and Death Guard to a lesser degree. Typhon punked the Death Guard.
Typhon. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, no, I mean, it's funny because we have like the poster boys of like who made the heresy happen, which is of course Lorgar and Erebus and what's his face, which we don't talk about.
We don't talk about what's his face.
Yeah, but then there's like the people that actually made things happen,
or
well, like
that's the thing,
intended to make things happen.
So much of the heresy hung by a thread, like a single person's actions in a single moment.
Yeah.
At so many different points.
At so many different points. Yeah, somebody rolled a lot of 6s to keep getting,
or a lot of 1s.
Yeah, it's the Imperium.
Somebody else.
The Imperium kept rolling 1s.
Yeah.
Basically, very few things went their way in a good way. Yeah. So. That's the way they make the books interesting, though. Like,
right, exactly.
If it was already like a snowball and it was not stoppable, that's not interesting. But every book, it needs to be like, without this, the heresy fails.
Exactly.
So they just wrote like 100 of those.
Which is why the newer books largely are less interesting, because it's like, cool, you're not going to change anything major. So like, unless it's about a character that's obscure, where you don't know if they live or die, you don't know what's going to happen. It's like, okay, well, this is about Gilliman. He's not going to die. Like,
that's true.
Yeah, but the Horus Heresy, who knows?
Yeah, anything could happen.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Broken Chef. Morning Titans, viability of an all Phobos army. I'm going with Rule of Cool, just not sure what chapter tactic to use.
Cool. Well, I think it'll do great for Rule of Cool. You know,
Yeah.
Is it top tier? No. Is it still good? Yeah, totally.
Probably, yeah.
What chapter? Well.
Okay, so if you're doing Rule of Cool, I like it as like a Raven Guard or even a Raptors.
Thematically, yeah.
Yeah, they're like sneaky boys to begin with. But strength-wise, I would even think Blood Angels or something like that.
Blood Angels,
Could
White Scars.
Yeah, White Scars or Blood Angels.
You could do like a Flesh Tears. I could imagine they're Phobos just because they want to get in there.
Yeah.
They just want to get into combat.
Yeah, you're stretching the theme a bit, but but yeah, it would be strong. The combat versions are strong because you're up the board, you're putting the pressure early on, you're on the points.
Yeah.
But the Raven Guard have more thematic approach to it.
Correct. Both would be cool for different reasons.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kieran. Hey guys, with the new Maelstrom beta rules release, do you think weaker armies in 9th will have more of a chance? Will you give it a go on the channel?
We will give it a go, but it might be later on.
Because we're going to wait till we can make or get our own cards.
Correct. Weaker, stronger armies, I don't know. Yeah, I guess. There's a different kind of balancing that needs to happen, right?
I actually haven't read all of the cards.
Yeah.
The cards in the last game, or in the last version of Maelstrom, used to be about extreme speed.
Correct.
Like, oh, you're here, you have to get there by the end of your turn. So you would only, like if I was Tau, I'd only tech into like Piranhas and stuff.
Yeah.
Because then I could just mega advance and grab points.
Yeah.
And so there were some factions that were like Death Guard. It's like you can never win with Death Guard no matter what.
Right.
Because you would just roll up an objective on that side and you'd lose, right?
Exactly.
So I do hope that they fixed a bit of that in it.
Well, I don't know. We could win some games with Tau and Eldar for a bit.
Yeah,
cool.
exactly.
Alrighty, thanks. Ignacy, longtime fan, for Super Chat.
Welcome.
I got stuck in a COVID lockdown in a country that didn't match credit card, so couldn't subscribe until recently.
Oh, well, hopefully it all worked out. Sounds like you got out.
Yeah, you do you first. We appreciate your support either way, but take care of yourself.
Thanks again. I play Ultramarine Successor, Black Consoles, and just got 2 Indominus Necron parts. So excited about the match today. Keep it up. You are awesome.
Oh,
hey, thanks. Yeah, Black Console is a cool army.
So cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thanks, Trey. You might not like the Scouring, but according to Goonhammer, it has one of the best parodies between going first and going second win rates.
I could see that because you can't really deploy aggressively.
Yes.
It is what it is. It's all in the middle.
People can't lose the game turn 1 by accident.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. So
this is a reflection on players, not on the mission. So
yeah.
when you have a big deployment zone, people will be aggressive and be out of cover.
Yeah.
In this mission, I imagine most people are putting cover in front of the deployment zone.
So
by default, it forces them to play smart. We would do that. As if you notice, we hide our entire armies turn 1.
Yeah.
Every game.
Yeah.
Pretty much every time.
Yep.
And so we always want second, right?
Yeah.
And the person who goes second has huge advantages.
Yeah. It's almost the opposite problem nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah. We need to make going second not so good.
Yeah. Because another game we're like, oh, well, cursed.
Yeah.
It's bad, you know?
And second was big for me because I made a huge bet on having cover the whole game.
Yeah.
Which made my warriors like even more invincible.
Exactly.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
2 turns of them being all in cover everywhere on the board is nuts. Oh. I've never used that protocol before. Because I could pick it twice, I was like, I'm just gonna risk it.
I want to make up for a couple of games, right?
The thing is, it's the one with 3 options. So even if I go first, I can just be like, okay, I get Overwatch or something like that. You know?
It's great. I mean, I like Nihilok, and that's theirs.
Yeah.
So I'm a fan of it. But yeah, getting it on 2 turns also gets rid of the one weakness where you're like, okay, it's either gonna be this turn or this turn. It's gonna be both.
And the nice thing is, I kept the fallback and shoot off my list.
Yeah.
If you keep it off your list, that means the Silent King at any time could change to it. And then so the Silent King could choose. Yeah. Okay, this turn everyone has that.
And you had a Warden.
And I had a Warden.
There's no engagement.
There's no tagging. There's nothing that stops them.
Yeah.
It's really strong.
Exactly.
All right, thanks, Sebastian, longtime watcher, first time super chatting. Love the show. Since changes to going second, you seem to prefer to go second.
Oh.
Is it imbalanced favoring second now? If so, fixed by changing the terrain layout.
Don't do that. I know what you mean, but should going second be better? I think it even should have a teeny bit of an edge because when going first is good, it's awful for the game.
It's true.
Yeah. And I think the way we do terrain makes second. That's what makes going second good. Yeah. And if you didn't do terrain like this, you'd make the game bad also.
Yeah. So we're offsetting. If going first is better, it's better by a lot because you get on objectives and you have a chance to hold them forever. If going second is better, it's slightly less of a margin of advantage because you get the ability to knock your opponent off the objective and then hold it, but they've already scored their points.
And you're also scoring at the end of your battle round.
It's the end of
turn
game
5.
too.
So there's like a couple things that have really compounded. Also, not being able to choose hits like things of Oath of the Woman a lot.
Yeah.
As amazing as that secondary is, but you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of changes that have happened recently that kind of have compounded to make this what it is currently. And I'm not sure which one's like the most important or most impactful, or how you fix that. I have no idea.
I don't know. I feel good about the way the game is now. It'll never be perfect.
I know.
But I feel better about this than where it was before. Absolutely.
I feel better.
Yeah.
I think it could be better.
They can keep tweaking.
Yeah.
But the problem is, even if, a lot of people don't play with the terrain we have.
Yeah.
And if you don't play with the terrain we have, it's still better to go first. Like, if you could take out one of their key targets or a couple of their key targets, that's pretty strong.
That's tough, man. I don't know.
I know a lot of armies are short range these days.
Yeah.
But when you have a long range army, like an AdMech or something, going first could be so awful.
Yeah.
Or an Alpha Strike. Like if you go for Alpha Strike Blood Angels.
Yeah, sure.
And you could surgically remove all your opponent's best tools, then you want to go first. There are times when you want to go first. I know that going second is stronger right now.
Yeah.
But I think we are at a more balanced time than we were 2 months ago in terms of wanting to go first.
I agree with that. I agree.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kai the Blackwind. Maybe Chi the Blackwind. I don't know.
Welcome.
Hey, Titans. Back to a Tau conversation about melee options for suits. What if they work like Iron Man and could swap weapons mid-battle via stratagems? That'd be wild.
That'd be cool.
So it's like the suits have them all like built in, and then they kind of like can take them out or something?
You have to magnetize them, and you have to bring them
no. Well, it's like we have a unit, these Castellan robots, that also fundamentally change how they perform throughout the battlefield, throughout the game. The protocols. So something like that could be kind of cute.
I do think a melee option would be fine. I don't see why not. Like, you know, they don't have to be the best at melee to still have melee. Like Guard can fight, but they're not good at it normally, you know?
And they have one melee unit,
too. That's what I'm trying to say. They have one melee unit, and then everyone else can fight a little bit.
Yeah.
But they, like, the whole Guard army hits on 4s. Tau hit on 5s.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
But Brian, Crude Hounds, that's your melee unit right there.
You're right.
Crude Hounds.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Thanks, JT. Want to do a Renegade chapter using Loyalist and Successor rules, looking to make World Eaters melee-oriented chapter with Iron Warriors Artillery. Won't be playing tournaments. Any suggestions? Telemon's rule.
That's cool.
Yeah, Telemon's rule.
Telemon's for life. Yeah.
Last time I played a Telemon, and it did all right.
Yeah. It sat on an objective and did nothing, Brian.
That's 40k for it.
Yeah, but you played against Craft World, so you won.
That's true. Okay, so we're trying to combine World Eaters and Iron Warriors.
No, I think one was a Loyalist. Is that what you're saying?
Renegade chapter using Loyalist rules. World Eaters melee with Iron Warriors Artillery. But Loyalist
but all
rules.
Loyalist rules.
Loyalist rules.
Okay.
So World Eaters have got to be Blood Angels.
Have to be Blood Angels.
Yeah.
100%.
And Iron Warriors have to be Iron Hands.
Yep.
So we did it.
Iron Warriors have to be Iron Hands.
Or Fists, I guess.
Or the Fists are technically
I know the
the
Fist is
counterpart.
but I like
They have the literal same chapter tactics.
Yeah, but I like the Iron Hands are just stronger.
Yeah.
They both say Iron, Adrian.
Yeah.
And the Iron Hands are just better rules.
Going with Fists.
Okay, Fists, fine. I'll let you. Yeah, it's fair.
Fist Artillery is not bad.
Yeah.
Iron Hands better, but okay.
Ignore cover is pretty cool. If it's just the artillery.
Yeah, that's true.
And if it's not like one vehicle that's getting all the buffs from Iron Hands,
I
think then the Fist's actually pretty interesting.
Okay, fair enough.
Alrighty, thanks, Dino. Does Silent King get to use the Deny Strat since he's considered a dynastic agent? Because his agents never get the dynasty. He can use the strat. He doesn't get the bonuses of the dynasty.
That's probably what it is.
So it's like, we have to see the wording. It's like, does he lose his dynasty keyword or just not benefit from his dynasty keyword?
It's just like...
If he doesn't benefit from it, then he can still use the strat.
Right.
Yeah, like in an Ox detachment, you still have your clan for orcs, for example.
Right.
So you can use the strats on them.
Exactly.
But they don't get the clan bonus.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's probably that.
Yeah, it's one of those things I'd have to find where it is. It's not clearly just written here.
We're waiting.
No, I'm not going to find it for you.
All right, thanks, Adam. Hey, Titans, great to see the Silent King. When revealing Nundums, GW said they were only the start for Sisters.
Oh.
So what additional kit do you think they might get? It's got to be Sisters on bikes.
That'd be so
Sisters on bikes?
Yes.
Biker Sisters.
I know you're afraid because you don't want to make them Marines.
No. You know what I want? I want a Loyalist army.
Yeah.
that's on the Jackal bikes.
Jackal bikes.
Because
So cool.
where are they getting the Jackal bikes?
I'm pretty sure just from like teenagers.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they ride dirt bikes
Imperium
around
tyranny.
the like mining colony. There's a lot of dead teenagers.
A lot of Tyranidded.
Or maybe it's the youth that brought the Gene Stealer cult in the first place.
That's true.
And they're like, yeah, man, they're like 80s movie like biker gangs, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
This would be so
I'm
perfect.
liking this.
Like, let's remake Karate Kid, but with Gene Stealer cults.
Yeah. They actually
everyone-
all had mullets before they went bald. From
And
being
so-
Gene Stealer.
Sweep the legs.
Yeah.
Sweep the legs. Oh my god. Guys.
So the head of like the Cobra Kai is the patriarch.
Yes.
This is good.
That's amazing.
All right, make this.
All right, thanks, Dylan. Hey, Titans, got into 40K because of you three. Starting
cool.
my
Nice.
4th army. Wow.
We're so sorry.
Should it be Sisters, Harleys, or Gene Stealers? I have
Good.
Fists, Death Guard, and Orcs already.
Sisters!
Harleys. Yeah, it's sisters.
For sure, sisters.
It's sisters. They're a rad army.
Yeah.
So strong right now.
Yeah.
And great model range.
So great.
Such flavor.
And, yeah. And their book is a lot of fun and diverse. It's very fun and diverse right now.
Yeah.
The Harleys is definitely not diverse.
That's
And
right.
the GSC is fun, but really bad.
The rules are bad.
So
Both I find like sisters and Gene Stealer cults are actually very similar armies.
they are, yeah.
They're both super dense and complicated and character dependent, and
Mhm.
they have these squads that like don't seem like much, and then they level up like crazy.
Yeah.
So it's just like the sisters just do it better. So
Yeah.
that's the one to take.
Nobody knows the names to the units.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Thanks. Hunter, is the 2018 Imperial Fist Battle Force a decent starting point with all the newer Indomitus plus heavy intercessors coming out? My local gaming store randomly has one.
Bridger?
Do you want to know what the 2018 Imperial Fist Battle
Yeah.
Force has?
Enhance.
All right, we're going to go on a journey.
Ooh, we're googling it.
Yeah, we're taking a look.
So this is a Space Marine Battle Force.
Yeah.
But
From
from
Is this like one of,
2018.
is this like one of the
2018.
Christmas?
This is from 2 years ago, so I have no
So
idea.
it's like a Christmas box.
It's not the
from-
Apocalypse box.
Yeah,
is it?
2 years ago.
All right.
Tell
us.
All right, here we go.
We're taking a time machine here.
Yeah.
Seraphon, look at that. Daughters of Cain, that's cool.
Oh, this is yeah. This is when the Gits came out, I think.
All right, so it's a Redemptor.
Good.
Okay.
3 aggressors, 5 hellblasters, a captain, I think, and then 10 intercessors.
Not the best.
Half of it's good.
Yeah.
The Redemptor's good.
Redemptor's good. Intercessors are good.
Intercessors are good. The
Wh-
3
wh-
aggressors are cool.
They're cool. They're fine. They're
Yeah,
fine. They're
I
fine.
like them. And then we don't
Hellblasters
love
are terrible.
we don't love Hellblasters.
Which captain is it? Sorry.
Although to be fair, every time we've played them,
Yeah.
they've been fine.
They are perfectly fine. That's the thing. Everyone's like, are they fallen from grace? Sure. But they're perfectly fine.
I don't know that they ever had a position in Grace, but
That's
they
true.
they funny enough they got buffed.
Yeah.
But they're still just not quite.
That's true. As a Fist player, just for purely my army, not like good or bad, I think it's a great box.
Mhm.
I would totally get it. I would consider taking those Hellblasters like I did and making them into intercessors, spare arms, whatever you can. But other than that, it's great. And the captain's good.
Yeah, it's a Primaris captain. It's the pointing guy with a cape.
Cool. That's fine. Now
Tell them to
you want one nowadays.
make a low ball offer.
That's true.
Like this box has been here, just blow the dust off it. Like, this thing's been here for 2 years. I'll give you $50.
That's great.
Thanks, Ryan. Hey, Titans, longtime viewer,
Hey.
recent Necron player. I have trouble against Deathwatch. My friend loves deep striking 2 dreads. Any
Okay.
anti-tank recommendations?
Sorry, what faction do they play?
Necrons.
Necrons.
Oh, okay.
Void Dragon.
The Void Dragon.
Oh.
The Void Dragon would chop them right in half.
You'll have to play carefully though, because they can deep strike. So, like you saw here, Brian is playing the obscuring game, which is what you always do with Catans, and the Deathwatch, of course, could like drop in the back and shoot you.
Well, you could dare them to do that.
Yeah, they'll take
Drop
3
in,
wounds off
3
you.
wounds off you, and then they lose their.
And you
their
kill them and
Redemptor.
get all 3 of those wounds back. It's amazing.
Yeah, you
If it's just
actually
the-
regain the wounds.
If it's just the Dreadnought dropping down, sure.
Yeah.
But if it's like a Psyker and the shooting, and then you have to take Overwatch,
Yeah, if they're got a plan.
if they're good players.
The problem is they can only deep strike 2 things, right? So
Oh, that's true.
keep in mind they can't like if they're pairing like an outflank now and all these other
Mhm.
things.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
the Void Dragon could definitely put in work.
Yep.
The
Anything
funny
else?
thing is, Warrior Blobs
Just
with
time up.
Reapers
Or
can,
or
can
shoot.
do it because it's 1 damage, so
Yeah.
it ignores the minuses.
Yeah.
The Silent King with his Tyrannical Meniers do amazing work. That's 10 damage you can do to 1. It's -4. It's
Yeah.
got no save.
Yeah.
You'll clown on it a bit with that.
Cool.
So there's all kinds of stuff, but I
think so.
wouldn't try to take any of the things that you think are tank killing
Don't
to
ta-
kill a
yeah,
Redemptor.
no destroyers, no.
Yeah, we did a Warriors game. We did a Necron game where you played like 7 dreadnoughts.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So as Imperial Fists against Necrons, go look at back in our and see. Spoiler: the Necrons won that one, and that was against 7 dreadnoughts. So go take a look.
The Doomsday arcs were very resilient.
Yep.
Alrighty, thanks, Chris, for the Custodes expert. That's me, Brian.
Yep. Okay.
I want to build a competitive list, but can't get a hold of Forge World models right now. What should I build? 6+ Laris Terminators, and what?
Yeah.
Without Forge World, you could build a fine list.
Yeah. You can, yeah. You would want to mix. Mostly, you're going to want a lot of Custodian Garbage Shield.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Bike Captain, obviously.
Yeah, sure.
You're going to want a banner.
Vexilla, yeah.
Dedoy. And then really from there, it's either do you want Bikes as your punch or Terminators as your punch. Right now, I would go with
It sounds like he already has the Terminators.
Yeah, I would go with Terminators.
Oh, you can. Better. The army you just described also has points for bikes. Yeah. You could have a 4 or 5 man bike squad with the salvo launchers, and now you've got some ranged Melta, which is good.
I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's a balanced list. What we just described, it's good. If you don't do the bikes, just do more guys with sword and shield.
Or a second Terminator bomb.
Nah. More sword and shield.
That's boring though.
Two Terminator bombs.
Because then you're truly just sitting on a point. Then.
It does something that one doesn't. When one drops down, you kill a thing, and then they put their whole army into your Terminators, and you lose the squad.
No, because you you transhuman them and ignore AP, and they're probably fine.
But then you have 2 left. They're not gonna.
I'm with Bridger on this though.
Yeah, I would go 2.
Just
if you took a second squad, I would unleash the lions on them.
Sure. Yeah. There's a lot of good strategies.
Brian,
Yeah, that's fine.
There's a lot of reasons to
I wouldn't
have
have them as 2 bombs.
Sure.
All right.
Already. Thank you, Michael. Oh, there's respect in this relationship. Quote of the day. That was me. I said that.
Yeah, it's going good so far. It's going good so far.
Well, you know, I've been with Lorgar, been with the Night Haunter.
Yeah, that's true.
It's been some dark times.
You were with Dorn until the Night Haunter killed him.
That's dark.
Yeah.
It's been a rough patch for me. I'll say.
That's right.
But you know, my word bearers, they know how to cheer me up.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tyler. Recently bought some Vestroyan models and some Bulgrin. What other models do you think are best as Vestroyans? Are Sentinels good in 9th?
No, they're kind of they don't have a great place right now. Because they've always had this problem of giving up slingshots.
True.
So people can first turn charges.
You could be careful with that though.
Yeah, but that means you're not using them for what
I think
the best thing you can do is not use them.
No, I think not every game is there a slingshot.
But like, what are they achieving usually?
They can go and pinch an objective where you want to put something out early, but nothing important.
Yeah.
And that's the way I see them. Is like they can force your opponent's hand, and you're trading up because they're so cheap and they reliably get there.
My problem with them is you have to put them up before you know who's going first.
Yeah.
Which means a guard squad move can be safe.
Yes.
And then go farther than them.
You're right. They're not good. I'm saying you could get some play out of them.
Yeah.
And they're just a utility pick. They're not like you put heavy flamers or something. They're still not like they're not there to kill anything.
Yeah, I feel you.
They're not amazing.
I have them. I love them.
I have 6.
I've tried to figure out how to make them work.
6 unassembled.
Yeah, that's how. You have like one that's almost built.
Right.
And then you realize they were terrible.
And then I just didn't get excited about playing.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with them right now.
It's hard to get excited.
Yeah, there were such cool models. But what else would you add for Vestroyan? I actually totally forgotten everything that Vestroyan get.
They have +6-inch shooting strat.
So you would take +1
to hit.
So you take a Baneblade.
Oh yeah.
You take a Baneblade because they have the +1 to hit strat.
Yeah. It's so funny.
And so you got your Baneblade, your +1 to hit, and everything's dead, and that's the way you want to play card. I love that.
It's so funny because like them and the Talarn both have their specific strat that like really want to use it on the super heavy.
What's their order? Their order.
Vestroyan order.
It does.
I have no idea.
Something.
I know they have nice fuzzy hats, so just make sure.
You have to get a Death Strike missile.
No.
Because it's so Vestroyan.
Wait. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna unpack that one.
Okay.
But it does have to have the hat on top.
Yeah, you put the hat on the missile.
On the missile.
I actually knew that, and I just didn't say it because it was so obvious to me.
Yeah. That's true.
I knew for sure when he said Death Strike, in my mind instantly went to because it's wearing a hat.
Yeah, naturally.
Of course.
Thanks, Donald. Related to Tyler's super chat, thoughts on Ogryn conversion for Vestroyan? I don't like their models with the tank tracks as loincloths.
That's sick. Do they not have that built in?
So the tank tracks are what they use for loincloths already.
Wait, they don't like that model.
Oh, they don't like it. I don't like it either. I don't like it either.
What?
Well, you gotta go like full Cossack, you know? Like you have to get the full Vestroyan fur hats.
Yeah.
And you can give them like a nice like coat that's also fur.
With fur-lined, fur-lined coat.
Fur-lined coat.
They absolutely need
And like
this.
they already have some gas masks, but you can like go even more into that.
Yeah, there's Forge World models that have the gas masks. And there's Ogryn models from, it's one of the boxed games has like a weird Ogryn model that you can convert. I forget, like not a Blackstone or something, like it's one of those.
Necromunda. The Necromunda box.
Is it Necromunda? Oh, Necromunda has
those are like weird ogre heads.
But they are ogres, but you could do cool things with them. I was gonna do them. And then there's ones from a 30k guard faction. I forget what it's called. The guys that are all in blue and silver.
The Solar Auxilia.
Solar Auxilia. They have their own Bulgrin, which are very unique as well. These are all getting pretty pricey.
Yeah.
But I considered all of these things when I was trying to do my Bulgrin.
I would give them like a cool like ornate shield too.
Yeah. That's cool.
I like it.
All right, thanks, Evil Mira. The Silent King should take some more territory so he can rank up to a Silent Emperor, in my opinion. This is CK2 you're playing, right?
You know what?
Crusader Kings too.
Right, yeah.
I would say if he levels up, I wouldn't want him to be a silent emperor. I would want him to be an extremely loud emperor.
Yeah. he was very much the Silent King in this game because his impact was from the people working
from behind. Like he was behind the building.
He was like,
and all the Space Marines are like, why are those Necrons fighting so hard? And he's just whispering like,
pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
That's right.
I like it.
All right, thanks your waifu's trash. What guns do you like on Aquilon Terminators? Adrathic seems good for popping 3-wound models, but also expensive. Lastrum bolters seem good with superior fire patterns, and fire pike seems meh. You nailed it, dude. I would default to the Lastrum bolter.
The Lastrum is the way to go. Keep them cheap. But the Adrathic could be really cool if it fills a hole in your army.
Yeah.
I have fire pikes on mine because that's what they came with.
Yeah.
And I largely hate them.
Yeah.
But every time I use them, they're still good.
Yeah, they're
because it's a 15-inch range. Why 15?
Because it was +3 normal. No, it was +4 normal flame.
Whatever. I hate it.
It was +4.
So they're 15-inch range. I hope it's a typo. And the strength 6 means that all the T3 models you win on 2s.
Yeah.
So it's not bad.
It's surprisingly useful on a 9th edition board because like you had last time, you dropped in the middle and you had 30-inch bubble.
Yeah, and it was still flaming.
And you don't want to be flaming the things you're charging, right? Yeah. So you're just like flame, charge in the middle, and you get like all the efficiencies.
Yeah,
so, like,
they're just a teeny bit. They're just a teeny bit too expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
But you still get use out of them.
Yeah.
That was Adrian's aerobics. Clip that, please.
Yeah. Flame, right down the middle. Flame.
That's right.
Thanks, Sean. Adrian, thank you for taking me up on my idea on the intro video skit. It adds a lot of flavor and meaning when they are fighting. +1 CP for every intro.
Yay! Thank you. Yeah, we like I said, we always think about the narrative. We just hadn't talked about it so much before, so it's fun. And it's fun to kind of build the theme around it.
So does the Sonic King own the Ultramar system now?
Oh no!
Oh
yeah, that's true.
I feel like Gunn's gonna have to take it back one of these days.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to plan your revenge.
I will. He's gonna come back. He's actually just.
Well, we've got, as I said, lots of Ultramarines on the painting table.
I know.
Plan your revenge.
Yeah, this was like. I was like, maybe we'll get them in time. Like, no, but I want to play the Ultramarines regardless.
Yeah.
Just for the thematic matchup of like the two like Primarchs. So we'll get it back on the table for sure.
Alrighty, thanks, Colts. All right, Malcador Gauntlet time. Malcador versus the Fate Weaver.
Ooh.
That's brutal.
It's part of both their plans.
This picture, my mind is like a Gandalf versus Balrog situation here, where it's like the little old man who's really wielding the secret fire,
right?
And against this incredible monster,
right.
So I'm gonna say it plays out exactly like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 7-day battle from the bottom of a mountain to the top, and in the end,
from the bottom to they're falling up.
Well, no, he falls down to the bottom, and then they fight all the way up the staircase to the top.
That's true.
And Lord of the Rings guy. And then in the end, Malcador wins, but then dies.
Yeah.
And then the Emperor brings him back.
That's a good narrative.
Yeah, thanks.
In my head, it was
I wrote it myself. Completely original.
In my head, it was an anime where both of them go through all their possibilities.
Yes.
And they lose. They both of them, if they do anything, they lose. So they're both just standing there looking at each other.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, this is like 10 episodes of like Naruto like monologue in their monologue, and at the end, like maybe there's like one move they like do one small tiny thing that decides it.
All right,
great.
Malcador versus Demon Magnus.
Malcador versus Demon Magnus. Ooh.
Malcador could win that.
He could.
Is Magnus stronger than Fate Weaver?
Yes.
Oh.
Is he?
Yes.
So here's my thing, though. Magnus has a bad reputation for being a smart guy, but doing dumb things.
Yes.
So I'm a little nervous about Malcador just tricking him somehow.
I feel like Magnus would be like, oh, you're just some tiny little dude. I'll just squash you.
No, he knows who he is.
He knows, but he will get tricked somehow. I think.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. If he wins, it would be at too big of a cost. Also, you know what I mean?
That's true.
That's a tough one.
every
I'm gonna give
victory
it
for
4 up. It's Malcador. Nope, Magnus gets it.
Wow.
All right.
That was a tough one. I couldn't decide.
That was tough.
Finally, Malcador versus Alphabet Soup Man.
Oh.
Alphabet Soup Man is like part god. So I don't know.
Yeah, I would probably give it to him because he's like basically a god.
Yeah, we're talking about the Forge World
Yeah.
Lord of Change.
That guy right there.
Yeah,
camera.
Atos Raucares.
That's
yes,
right.
that's right.
Yeah. Alphabet soup.
That's right.
All right. Thanks, Duncan. Love the videos. I've managed to time it to watch this while cooking. I've started a Deathwing army for when UK lockdown ends. What's your thoughts on dreadnoughts in the list? Are they worth it?
They're cool, but they're not the most competitive option, right?
They make the list subtly worse,
Yeah.
whilst it's still unbelievably amazing.
Yes. Yes.
So
yes.
you go from like super S tier,
Mhm.
and you like take a sliver out, and you're still super S tier.
Right.
But could it be stronger? Probably.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And we're really just talking about the Redemptor here. Any other
Yeah.
dreadnought you put in is like 2 slivers out,
Probably.
other than just the Redemptor.
Yeah, it's just a minor loss in efficiency.
And the fact that you pay points for the Redemptor
make him Deathwing.
is I really don't like.
I'm not sure why they did that, but
I really don't
especially for the units that don't really benefit anything, he gets the reroll to wound against big things, which is kind of cool for him. But like that's it, and you're still paying
Not a
points
big
for
deal.
it.
Yeah.
I feel really bad for the Land Raiders, if I'm honest.
I feel really bad
like,
because it's
why?
like 30 points or something.
To
too.
do nothing but put them in a detachment.
Yeah, it's too much.
That's weird. Whatever. Yeah, Redemptors.
All right. Thanks, James. Hey, thanks for the great content. My new project is a Night Lord's army. Any tips for painting and units to get?
That's a tough army to paint.
It really is a tough army to paint.
There's no easy way to do lightning. To be honest.
Nope. Okay, here's what I would say. I have a friend who has a huge Night Lord's army, and he did all the lightning, and it looks amazing. But if you can't do it well, don't even try. Like,
so
just do the dark midnight blues
yeah.
and the whatever, the bronzy golds or whatever. Don't even attempt the lightning at all until you are excellent at it. And you could finish the whole army and then go back and do lightning later. Practice it on like whatever, just like sheets of paper or something, because it'll look awful and super cheesy if you're not really, really good at it.
That's good advice. Yeah. Because the core scheme still looks great.
The core scheme looks great.
Yeah.
That Cloud at Midnight, it's perfect. But the lightning, oh man,
it's so tough.
It's really tough to make it good.
And not just be like squiggles on your on your shoulder.
It'll look really awful if done badly.
That's fair.
Yeah. Cool. Was there another question? Which units?
What units to get in?
Ooh, Raptors. Raptors for sure.
Yeah.
They used to be Warp Talons, but they're so expensive. They're the most interesting ones for Raptors. You could almost take them.
Yeah.
But yeah, Raptors.
Well, you could paint them up hoping that they get better in the next Codex.
Yeah. I mean, I have faith that they will. We've looked at Vanguard vets. Just make them like Vanguard vets.
Yeah.
I used to run a Lord with the Relic Demon Claws.
Yeah.
But you could probably do it with the Demon Prince as well, but you want someone that has like the Vox Scream ability and the pluses to charge and stuff like that. So that's like your main is like you need a good amount of Raptors though, because you have to be able to jump in, swarm, survive, pin them. So you need a fairly high mono count of that. You could also do Terminators because they also deep strike.
That's right.
Which would be really cool and tough.
That is cool.
And that's like actually like genuinely great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alrighty, thanks, Darth. Very kind of you to super chat for Chris.
Oh, thanks.
I want to start a Minotaurs army as my first army.
Nice.
What rules should I use?
Minotaurs are supposed to be Ultramarines, right?
I think so.
Kind of. You put that in big air quotes. Anything. Right.
They have actually cool named characters that are generally combat based.
Right.
So again, for a while, people were running them as Raven Guard just to like get up and be super aggro with them.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So I think that's cool. Ultramarines are cool for a similar reason because you get the flexibility, and then you could do a successor and make them like a melee style Ultramarines. Probably one of those. To be honest. Yeah.
One of the nice things is don't feel like you have to stick to one. Like you don't have to hamper yourself with that. Like play different games and try out different tactics, right? I think that's a lot of fun. It's one of the perks of a successor army is you get to explore the space. I know in your head you might have your own headcanon, but it's fun to explore the space a little bit.
Well said. Well said.
All right, thanks, Mateo. Hey, Titans, thanks for the streams. I don't have anything intelligent to ask because I'm new to the hobby, so...
Well, thank you very much for your support, and thanks for saying hi.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Sean. If you need power, I'm an electrician for the new studio. I'll say hi on Discord. The opportunity to meet you all would be a +1 CP to me.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're trying to keep the hardcore renovations as simple as possible.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to see if we actually have to run power. We hope not.
I hope not.
We hope not.
I think this place will be fine. There's some we looked at we were going to have to, but this one has...
It is going to be an elaborate renovation, though, to some extent. We've been planning it out for a few days, and it's a lot. It's a lot of work.
It's nuts. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Rowdy. Hey, Titans. Love the channel. Would you ever consider converting 40k model images to SVG for ImpCat with a link in the description to download them?
For ImpCat?
Model images.
I'm not familiar.
Are they talking about... okay, so model images, or are they saying our emotes?
I don't think so.
Okay. And wait, where would people download them from?
Us?
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
We don't know what this means.
Yeah.
Well, there's another super chat, so maybe that'll explain it. Thanks again, Rowdy. Maybe one SVG conversion for every X dollars of super chat. Then we get that model ready in ImpCat. Send the images back to commission Adrian. What is ImpCat?
I'm even more
Google
intrigued.
this.
I need to Google
what
is
it.
ImpCat.
We're going to learn something new.
You're going to have even more stuff in your search history.
No, ImpCatchers OSRS? I don't know what that is. That's what it auto-completed to.
I'm sure it's an abbreviation.
Digitally paint your miniatures and models with ImpCat.
Oh,
what?
It's an app that allows you to try out different color schemes.
Wait?
What?
Yeah. That's
wild.
It allows you to try out different color schemes. And so what they're saying is they could take one of our images and then put it into there.
That's crazy.
That's fun. Maybe we'll try it out one day. Just throw something in Discord.
Now that I know it exists.
Yeah. I actually haven't used it, but I've seen other people using it.
That's cool.
That is cool. Thanks, Jimmy. Hello from Sweden. Love your show. Please tell me you're going to have a brick wall in the background in the new studio.
Yeah, we... Brick walls are not good for California, but we're going to build one.
We will have brick wall. We'll have actually an even nicer brick wall.
It's going to be really cool.
It's actually a lot nicer. And we have other stuff coming in, more advanced lighting, even more decorative, and all kinds of news. And we're creating multiple studios, multiple spaces. And they have similar personalities, but they're going to extend and try different things.
Yeah, we're just upgrading everything. Everything.
All right, thanks, Gabriel. Been playing Blood Angel since 3rd because I like the models. Wife bought me 3 Ghost Keels and 12 Cell Suits. What else would I consider first Xenos army?
Ooh.
3 Ghost Keels, 12 Stealth.
That's cool.
Shadow Sun is cool for that because she's the only Stealth HQ.
Yeah.
So you could really have a Stealth cadre there, and the whole army could start up the board, even her, which is kind of fun.
I love that.
I would say you want some OBSEC if you're going to play the game. So you're going to want some Breachers. Probably some Devilfish. And if you're using your Ghost Keels as your main damage output, that's cool. You got your Fusion or Ion or whatever you got there. And then you can use your Breachers to hold the board. I would probably even tech into a few more speedy units like Piranhas. And just be an army that's up on the board fast and kind of coming at them quick. Probably want a couple commanders also.
Yeah, that's super cool.
All right, thanks, Scott. Greetings from Washington State. I just got a Storm Speeder. I have an issue with the stand. Have you thought of using magnetic paint for models?
Magnetic paint for models?
Is that a thing?
Yes.
To magnetize?
But it wouldn't be strong enough.
It wouldn't be strong enough. We use
magnets. A lot of paint.
Yeah. I use a lot of stuff from Magnet Baron.
Yeah, you need a strong magnet to hold a big model.
Yeah.
Look, this is wacky. It's pretty tall.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So we don't have one, so.
No, we don't have one yet. So you can get big flat magnets. Again, like I mentioned, Magnet Baron is also good because you can get the ball bearings that hang on and rotate. Very, very strong. I have my Dark Eldar. I probably am the biggest example of that. And then for my Tantalus, which is a big model on a tiny thing, it's just 2 big flat neodymium that just sit like that, and it holds it. It holds it fine.
I just glue everything.
Oh, Brian, you monster.
For some things, I've gone that way overall. Yeah.
I just glue everything because I don't. I used to care about making things more transportable. Yeah. Now I play here, so I take everything from the shelf to here. So it's actually, if they're magnetized, they're harder to transport from the shelf to to the table.
That's true.
So I just glue everything. But
This will be your bane, Brian.
one thing I will say is
One day.
Yeah, one day.
One day soon, we will have to transport them.
The Caladius is a good example. What I have on the Caladius is a huge hole drilled in the bottom of it, with a really thick, clear kind of pipe piece. Yeah. And it just slots in really like rock solid. It doesn't even need a magnet. It's just it's just like in there so strong that there's nowhere for it to bend or turn. Right. That's an option too. And if there's a hole you can dig in the bottom of these things, you can just kind of slot it right up into it. You'll be fine there too.
That's true.
All right, thanks. R Studio, do you think the next Tau Codex should have a pregame strat that gives the player the ability to use another faction units to play into Tau's lore?
Oh, as like an expansion, like a...
no.
I think that's a really dangerous thing to open up. Right?
The thing is, not every faction joins the Tau. Like,
let's constrain this to just guard.
Like, we captured these Space Marines. And
have Gwavessa.
Yeah, Space Marines have never turned. Also, like, Harlequins, you know what I mean? Tyranids. You know, like, these things just don't, like, orcs, like, these things just don't make sense. So that's why it wouldn't work.
Just guard. Let's say just guard.
Well, but they're really talking about, like, alien races. You could do guard, but it's, like, weird things. It's, like, the Vespid and, like, these other, like races, basically, that have this history with the Tau. Yeah. But you're right. None of the ones that exist.
So what would be fun? You know how some codexes have strats that only work against particular factions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what he's saying could work. Like, let's say you take Guard and Sisters. Yeah. And you say
Sisters?
Yeah, Guard and Sisters.
Why Sisters?
Because they're human.
Because they're just like, you know.
What's that face? They are human.
They're like devout followers of the Emperor. They would never follow the
But
Tau.
they're human.
So.
Okay. Whatever.
What?
So
I'm sorry. That just like deeply.
So and then we have like this cool strat. It's like a greater good where like we basically try to indoctrinate them, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like within range of a certain character. Okay, you could do it. That could be fun. I don't know what it would do. Like maybe
it would be treason of siege.
Maybe they have to pass a leadership test in order to like, shoot or fight or something like that. It could be fun, but it would just be against this one or two factions.
Yeah, one.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Maybe two.
Yeah, like Mechanicus, because they're also humans by your logic.
They're less human than Sisters.
Well, the Sisters are divine.
They got cog brains.
Well, only the demon ones that are chaos.
Yeah. There you go. Custodes Sisters.
Sisters of Silence?
Yeah.
They're like empty inside.
See?
They're not human. All right, thanks, Eric. Brian, if you had to bring a Tau to a tournament this weekend, what would your list look like?
Okay. Let's.
Good challenge. I like it.
I would.
9 broadsides.
Ooh. Okay.
It would be good.
That relies on my opponents being bad. But if they even make one mistake, I can win a lot of games with that. And the thing is, like at RTTs, a lot of opponents make a lot of mistakes.
And terrain is usually bad.
Okay, fine. So the broadside list, not dissimilar to the one I played against Drukhari not that long ago, could be very, very mean and scary. Another one would be just a little more balanced. I play Farsight Enclaves, probably 2 Devilfish with Breacher squads, maybe 3 Devilfish, depending. Bunch of Piranhas, probably a big upgraded Crisis squad, 5 Commanders, and I would play for a very aggressive, like 1-turn punch, and I would make it so that they had no choice but to try and deal with like my Crisis and Commanders, which meant I owned the board for several turns, and I would try to break the back of the army in just one go. I go Deep Strike in, have the Commanders, give the pluses to hit. Now my suits are hitting on 2s. I'd have Ion or something. I could just go crazy hot, just wipe everything that you cared about, and hope I'm not playing against like Dark Angels.
Yeah.
I guess.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Just as long as you're playing Drukhari every round's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, thanks, Levi. Congrats on the studio. Would you guys talk a bit about how you travel the tournaments with minis? What do you all bring? Glue, extra minis, etc.
Yeah, for Smart we bring glue. Usually everyone forgets glue.
Okay, so I don't bring glue anymore. So I used to fly a lot for them.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't fly with glue now.
Yeah, so it's under pressure and it explodes. So I had glue, a brand new glue, expand and explode when it was in, in the hold or whatever, and it destroyed a lot of stuff. Like it destroyed many things. So that was on my way to LVO.
That's brutal.
So don't bring glue like that.
I remember that.
For the local tournaments, we have a lot of local tournaments. We drive, and most people bring a case. Some people be daredevil and just bring everything in their actual
those are heathens.
tray. Yeah,
Heathens. I bring everything in a case.
Yeah.
If I'm transporting, I do the zigzag foam cases for everything.
That's good.
But you also need a tray. You will always need a tray.
You have to have a
for
tray
a tournament. Yeah.
You have to have a tray. If you don't have a tray, you'll never deploy.
Get a tray, even if it's just a baking sheet tray, right?
Whatever you got.
I've done that a few times.
Yeah, totally. That's totally. You don't have to get like a fancy one. Not that they're expensive. And then for flying, yeah, it's like foam and stuff like that. I use my one carry-on for miniatures because even if it's packed like super tight, I just don't want to check it.
Yes.
So I will like be super light and just have my miniatures case so I know no matter what I can put it in overhead or I'll put it underneath if I have to.
Exactly.
I just take no chances. Like we said, remember Jesse at London?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I have. I will always do it as a carry-on unless I'm carrying so many models. I have the newish Apocalypse zigzag foam case.
Yeah.
It's just a teeny bit too big as a carry-on, although sometimes they'll let you do it.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah,
I'd say at least half the time they'll let you do it.
I'm not rolling those dice.
Because it's only. But no, I'll pack it so that it's good enough to be checked. And then I'll try to carry it anyway.
That's true. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Daminit. I'm 30 minutes behind and just heard about the new studio. I'm so happy y'all are able to put so much into your hobby and work towards making this channel it can be. Glad that my super chats helped this dream be real.
They really
thank you.
do. We
it does.
it
It makes
guys.
a big difference.
This is all your super chats going back in to make this thing even better.
And memberships.
Yeah, like this studio.
Yeah.
I will say this studio is costing as much in our first week as we made total last year.
Yeah.
So the build out to
really
make
worth it.
the build out to make the studio is it's big. It costs a lot. The cameras are very expensive. Just the walls, the lights, everything. It's very elaborate. But we think it's going to make a much better show for you all, and we hope you really enjoy it.
We were at the point where like we've hit the max for what we have. If we want to take this to the next level, keep doing more stuff and better stuff, this is what we got to do.
That's right.
I'm excited.
Alrighty, thank you, Will. Hey, Titans, any tips for being a better opponent? I'm in a crusade with friends, getting beaten badly most games. How can I imagine my temper and attitude?
That's a good question. So I lose a lot against Brian, especially.
Oh, Adrian.
Against other people, I actually don't. But
you almost never lose against anyone else.
It's true,
right?
After a year of basically just playing you, I have to remind myself that. But yes, it's true. Anyways, yeah. So you gotta take a breath, take a step back. Remember that the game is not over until it's over. I think this is a really important thing.
For sure.
Even if you're not, getting upset or losing your temper, it's easy to kind of get demoralized. And remember that you can come back in the game, and it's easy to make mistakes by getting discouraged about one thing, and that makes you forget something else, right?
Yeah.
You start tilting. So
something bad goes your way, like you roll some bad saves, and you're just like, whatever. I hate this game now.
Yeah, exactly. You forget to do piling, like it doesn't matter, which then could have actually done something.
Totally.
So that's a really important thing.
That's really important.
Yeah.
But that's
it'll make you a better player and a better opponent.
Even if you don't win that game, you learn a lot more and you have a lot more fun trying to play your best right to the very end.
Yeah.
Never giving in. But the other thing is when you're having a terrible game, your opponent's having a great game.
Yeah, it's true.
And trying to find a way to be excited for them, like. When you fail all the saves and you're like, oh my God, they just had that thing where they just killed the thing, and they're excited. And sometimes that energy differential makes it worse.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, they're celebrating your bad luck.
Right.
But like you could be on their team as well, where it's like we both celebrate this crazy moment.
That's the important thing. It's like make it something that you're both celebrating. It's like because that will also, like you said, influence how they respond back to you.
Yeah.
When you're like, oh my God, that's so amazing. And you're like, that was amazing. And then when you do something either terrible or great, then they will like kind of put that same energy out. Again, it's not, and it's something, even if it's your best friend in the world, they might not be realizing what's happening. But if you can kind of create that sense, I think that's important, right?
Yeah, and play to learn in a way where it's like, okay, even if early on, like even if you come to the table and I can't win this game, which you can still win those games you think you can't win, but even if you really can't, you can play to really try to achieve your own goals. And just go for that, have fun. It's fine.
We'll do that a lot on the channel. You know, even Bridger's like, okay, guys, we're gonna need to be done with the game. But it's like, no, I want to see what we can do in this turn, right? Because that's interesting and fun.
Yeah.
So, and that's I know either one of us is gonna lose. Or we already lost, but let's see what would happen, or just for the sake of how many points I would score.
Yeah.
That's fun to do.
It's great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Minotaur. Congrats on the new studio, dudes. I fell into some Slaanesh demons recently. What CSM units would you add to bolster a Keeper of Secrets and Demonettes semi-competitive?
A Keeper of Secrets and Demonettes semi-competitive. There's a lot of things you can do.
So many.
So many things. You could obviously go with the CSM Demon Prince. Is better than the Demon one.
And he still gives you the rerolls.
Yep. You could bring demon units, right? So like the Possessed, the Obliterators. And then lastly, what I would say is also look at things like Raptors that can give you early game just jumping up. It's kind of like Furies, right? But
yeah.
This would be another way of doing it.
Get to Emperor's Children. Keep that flavor going.
I was going to say Emperor's Children with like Terminators.
Sure, yeah.
Because then you have really tough infantry, which is something that Slaanesh does not have on the demon side.
Not only that, but you have good shooting, which Slaanesh normally doesn't have.
Yeah.
So you're really well-rounded there.
There you go.
I actually think
it's legitimately great.
It's like actually a good army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dungeon Master. You guys need to get Bridger playing more often. All the games he plays are hugely entertaining, and variety is the spice of life.
You're right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bridger, what's the next game you want to play?
Oh, geez. I don't know.
Are you going to play the Blood Angels again next time?
Yeah. Can I have jump back units this time?
Yes. We'll give Bridger.
There you go.
We'll give Bridger one of the strongest Blood Angels lists we could build.
Oh boy.
And we'll put him up against something tough.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna put jump packs on all the Hellblasters.
Yeah.
No Hellblasters. No.
I have magnetized jump packs from all my death companies, so we could definitely easily do
exactly.
Thanks, Carter. Hey, Titans. Any recommendations for cheap terrain that is good for beginners? Also, how to select a new army to buy?
If only somebody sold or made cheap, easy terrain.
This is true. True.
What do you think?
Let's see. What's currently
There aren't that
out
many
there?
good options.
I mean, honestly, so the frontline terrain is very well priced, very functional. It's not the prettiest, I'll be honest. You know,
and it is still a lot of work to build.
It's a lot of work to build. So it depends where you're willing to spend your assets, right? Your money, your time, your patience.
This is true. There are companies that make pre-painted terrain. It's definitely not affordable. Like GameMat.eu makes pre-painted stuff, but it's pretty pricey. And it's sometimes not the most game. I don't know. It's not perfect for the game always.
Agreed.
It's a little thick and.
I would be wary of their bundles because they have a few really great pieces of terrain and a lot of like weird ones that are like ruins that are very shallow or awkward.
Yeah.
So the bundles are good, but I'd rather just cherry pick from them.
MDF terrain is probably your cheapest bet though. Like,
MDF, but that's what I'm saying. Like. The frontline stuff is like the only affordable one because most MDF is so expensive.
Is it?
They're way overpriced.
Yeah.
Like I've worked with that material before. It is dirt cheap to produce, and yet a lot of the people it's really expensive.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's not a high volume business for them, so they're trying to recoup the cost of the machines.
Yeah. Correct. So yeah, I think Frontlines MDF terrain is probably your best bet.
Yeah.
They have whole boards that you can buy, which are totally competent.
Those bundles are good.
And that's probably the cheapest way to get a whole table. I got their airfield bundle, and then I bought like 1 or 2 extra pieces so I can mix and match. And it actually was a lot of work to build. One thing I will say, the MDF, it has this like weird, I don't know, it's like a release agent on it or something.
Yeah.
And so it gets on your hands, and it's the strong, like it turns all your hands yellow, and it's got the strongest smell. Yeah. So you really got to wear gloves when you do that.
Kind of gross.
Because it was not good.
Yeah, this is sawdust after the laser cut has gone through.
Yeah, it's whatever it is. I hate it.
Melted. Yeah. One final thing I'll say though, these are things that are like a balance between like effort and price. Super cheap. You can't really do a game purely with it, but foam, insulation foam.
Oh,
right. So
foam is by far the cheapest.
The Pink Panther kind of style foam in the U.S. at least. Just go to like Home Depot or something, and it's a 2x2 board. Is like $5. Yeah. And you can make a whole table with that super cheap.
Yeah, you can actually, and I just made my own terrain as like a test out of foam core.
Yep.
And I did it in one night. I made 9 terrain pieces.
Yeah.
And they were actually like really good.
Yeah, they're solid.
It was a one night out of terrain pieces. I basically made them in the exact same shapes as Frontlines.
Yeah.
And it was actually faster than building Frontline terrain.
It's actually a really good.
And it was like $25.
Yeah.
And if I sprayed it and painted it, I bet it would look good.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point actually. Yeah. That used to be the way that you did it, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool.
All right, thanks, Dark Angel Martin. Hey guys, so sorry I missed the game tonight. Don't worry about it, man.
Oh, good.
I've been suffering with a headache all day, but excited to catch up on the boys in blue tomorrow afternoon.
When you're feeling better, come check it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Feel better.
And thanks again, Martin. Sorry for the Dark Angel question. Peeps are looking at taking Relic Terminators in a Deathwing army because they get all the benefits but are cheaper. Any thoughts?
They're cheaper.
They're like old school Tartaros Terminators.
They're cheaper than Deathwing.
Tartaros and Cataphracti got merged into one.
Yeah, that's right.
I know that.
And I'll bet they're cheaper than Deathwing Terminators, yeah. Deathwing are expensive.
The thing I like about Deathwing is you can combine the loadouts.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm currently looking at half Lightning Claws, half Storm Shields.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you get mega durability, you got big hits, and you get volume, which you can't do with any other type of Terminator.
Yeah, Relic. I don't even think Relics can have Storm Shields at all.
Correct. No.
They can't have Storm Shields. They could have Lightning Claws, or they can have Combi Bolters and Power Fists.
So it's,
or no, they could have a few things, Power Swords and things too. But yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think they look great. I've always loved Tartaros.
They're cool.
Terminator.
My command squads are, yeah, I have a bunch. There.
Yeah.
Yeah. They look styling.
Yeah.
So
I'd say go for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. There's no reason why not to. They work great.
Digging it.
They don't get the OBSEC, right?
They do not. That's true.
So that's kind
That's
of
a big downside.
huge downside.
Actually, yeah.
Kind of a deal breaker.
Yep.
Okay. Good time.
Alrighty, thanks the one. Thanks Titans, love the content. Just got a friend into 40k. He's wanting to start Space Wolves.
Nice.
What units should he get focused on early?
Salt Intercessors?
Yeah.
Blade
sure.
Guard?
Blade Guard, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We like the I think we do like the Wolf Guard, or sorry, not Wolf Guard, the Thunderwolf Cav.
Thunderwolf Cav, great, yeah.
They're pretty solid. That's a backbone that we're happy with. You know, trick out your characters the way you like them.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the new, like Ragnar's still solid. He's not what he used to be, but he's still really solid.
Great.
Wolf Priests or Rune Priests are good. You know, just psychers. You know, they have decent psychic powers and things like that. That could be a lot of fun.
A little healing.
Get a Chaplain in there. Get an Apothecary.
Mm-hmm. Their librarians are amazing.
Yeah, the Justiciars are solid for them.
Yep. And totally spacing. And one more.
I think we've done a bunch of stuff there. You might even think about Impulsors if you're going a lot of Blade Guard.
Mm-hmm.
That'll work pretty well.
I'm being told the Relic Terminators do get OBSEC.
Oh, great.
They do?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Okay.
I worried that they didn't, but yeah, if they do, then I think it's good.
That's interesting.
It's a good
So
pick.
it seems like the trade-off is Storm Shield or not, because you can take Storm Shield on.
I don't think you always want the
actual
Storm
Deathwing.
Shield.
No, so
Yeah.
if it's a squad you don't want it, then you're good.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Bjorn, that's what I was thinking of.
Bjorn's great.
He's
yeah.
still great.
Thanks again, Martin. Adrian, you talked about Warhammer MTV crib style video where you take us through your Warhammer working day at Titan Studio.
Oh.
Is this coming?
Well, there may be a video coming on Tuesday about, maybe it's not that, maybe it is.
I think it is.
So sly.
So Tuesday for members only, I'm going to do a day in the life. It's going to be me going through how I do a shoot day, basically. So if you want to check that out, become a member. If you're already a member, I'll see you there. Good pitch, right?
That was a great pitch.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jay. Here's a matchup for you, both in their prime. Sanguinius versus the Silent King. Oh, it's gotta be Sanguinius. He's like the best duelist in the universe.
But he fights last.
But he fights first.
But the Silent King charged him.
But
I think
Sanguinius
Sanguinius
has
gets the charge.
double fight first.
All right.
There was a meeting between Dante and the Silent King. In the books.
Like they talked.
They spoke.
That's so cool.
And I think the Silent King agreed not to kill him. But like Dante was, I think like Dante and the Blenders were pretty sure like this guy, he's kind of spindly, doesn't look that good.
Yeah.
Like we could probably take him. And then they like caught little glimpses of his power, and they're like, there's probably a little more to him than meets the eye. We should probably watch out.
That's so cool.
But I think Sanguinius has that one. The Silent King is an emperor. He's a thoughtful ruler. He's not necessarily just the one-on-one combatant. He's not going to beat Sanguinius. Like this is Sanguinius we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like maybe this guy runs an empire better than Sanguinius runs an empire. I think that's
Almost
true.
definitely.
But
Much less emotional.
that's true. But I think Sanguinius definitely wins it. Plus, Sanguinius he knows where he's going to die. It's not there. He's willing to go into a fight that he does die, but this isn't the one he dies on.
This isn't the one.
I'm here with you.
All right, thanks, Immortan Joe. I've decided to start a Night Lord army. How can I make the most out of the army and their trait whilst avoiding as many demon elements of the Codex?
Oh yeah, I think you could go with pretty much no demon, especially since, as we said before, because Warp Talons are so expensive currently.
Yeah.
Raptors.
The one thing I will say,
Terminators?
you don't need to make the most out of their chapter tactic.
Not the chapter tactic, it's
Like,
the strats.
Yeah, lean into their strats.
Correct.
Forget their chapter tactic.
Yes.
Pretend they don't even have one.
Well said.
Well, they basically don't.
Yeah, but don't even try to use it, because trying to use it will make you lose.
Right.
Yeah. No. They have amazing strats though.
So use their strats, build for their strats.
Mhm.
Don't build for their chapter tactic.
Yep. Raptors, Terminators.
Yeah.
Lord, Demon Prince.
It's all good.
So good.
All right, thanks again, Martin. As you may know, I don't play AOS, but I did love Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah.
Everything else these days seems super high fantasy. I think that if they came out with a human army that wasn't super crazy, cool knights charging, musketmen, archers, then maybe some of us would enter
They
AOS.
made that army. It's the Cities of Sigmar.
That's the old army that's still getting kept in the game.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They have your old empire. They have your old musket dwarves and things like that.
You can play them.
You can still do it.
I'll be curious to see
I'm
if
saying
they...
that's the closest thing you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Now, if they re-release Bretonia with a new model line.
Bretonia.
But if they re-released Bretonia, you don't think they would magic them up a ton?
They were already a little magic, but they were like a low fantasy world
That's true.
with sprinkles of high fantasy, where it's like this lady on a Pegasus is mega magic. Everybody else is a peasant or a knight.
I buy that actually.
I buy that too.
Yeah.
But City Sigmar is the closest you're gonna get now to that army, and it can actually have that playstyle you're looking for, and it's really strong.
It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So go for it.
Do it, Martin.
It's a great game. It's a lot of fun.
So much fun. Next week, Thursday.
Yeah, we're gonna
Thursday.
Thursday.
Not that army, obviously, but
don't tempt us.
Thanks, Max. Does the Night Haunter let Shen kill him out of heartbreak for Bridger? Who's Shen?
I don't know, but the answer is definitely yes.
Yeah, for sure. I could see him being very emo about the whole thing.
So I'm with Jagatai, and the Night Haunter is just like, I can't kill him.
Yeah.
I am now heartbroken.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's the thing is, like, he thought he was terrible, but he really has feelings for you.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day,
he just shows them in a weird way.
Okay, but that's
it's like when a cat brings you a dead mouse.
Oh yeah.
As like a gift. It doesn't know that you don't want it.
That's the thing.
That's when it is the most dangerous.
Like no
he's
judgment
highly
here.
emotional. He's attached.
It is what it is.
Spooky.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Very volatile situation.
He's
spooky.
He's outside of his window every single night.
No, stop saying that.
And it's like one of those things where the lightning strikes and you think you see his face, but he is there. That's how it would work, right?
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nicholas. Need help building a Farsight Tau list that utilizes the veteran cadre strat and still has points left over for backfield threat to help incentivize my opponent to overextend and maximize Manta Strike.
So veteran cadre, I wouldn't overdo it. Like even a 6-person crisis unit can be pretty shooty.
Yeah.
And if you put too much into one blob, there's lots of things that like take down single blobs. So I wouldn't go for more than 6. I would take bodyguards because not only do they actually fight legitimately well, but when you take bodyguards, if you even have one left, it protects your commanders that are coming down with them. So for me, I would take a 6-person squad, and I would take them as like ions, or I would take them as missiles, or increasingly I would take them as fusion. I know that sounds crazy, but everyone's got ignoring APs and things like that.
It's true.
You could also tech into a squad that's all about the airburst fragmentation projector, but it's an entirely different way of playing, and it's going for a lot more efficiency on hiding and not taking drones, whatever. So both of those are good tactics.
We do have an update from chat. Shen is, if I'm even pronouncing that right, the Calidus assassin that canonically killed the Night Haunter.
Oh, okay.
How did a Primarch die to just a Calidus?
I didn't know this.
What a bozo. Now, in my mind, Night Haunter is like down there with Lordar. He's like way down there.
The assassins almost killed Horus, right?
That's true. They did try.
Well, they tried many times.
No, they tried
and
once.
Failed consistently.
There were many different plots, but I think one was assassins.
One got closer than the rest, but none of them were actually close to killing Horus.
Yeah, they killed a person who was like an imposter, a Horus imposter, right?
It's classic.
Yeah.
They were consistently foiled by Chaos. The assassins thought they were doing a great job.
Yeah.
There's even like short stories about the assassins like camping out, and then Chaos people just walk up behind them and are like, "Get out! What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And then they kill them. All right, thanks, Brian. Finishing my sisters, starting to build Drukhari. Got a box of Kabalites, Archon, Venom, Incubi.
Sweet.
Getting the sisters Drukhari box. What after that?
Ooh,
that's a good box.
It's a great box.
Yeah.
More Venoms, more Incubi.
Yeah, more Incubi for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'd start with for now, as far as what we know and what's cool.
How many? We love the Ravagers. How many Ravagers did he have?
You didn't say Ravagers at all, unless they're in that
I like
box.
Ravagers. I like those Reapers.
Reapers are cool. They're forge rolled, but
still, they're cool.
You could build your own as well. Yeah, and Ravagers are good because you have the Archons, so you have the Coblites, so you're running that, and then
some racks.
Yeah,
Racks are cool.
Yeah, they're cool. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my racks are largely the ghouls from Sigmar.
Yeah.
Which is, I love that. I use that kit for so many different things. It's so much cheaper than the fine cast racks that you actually get.
Yeah, don't buy the real racks.
And this is 20 models for, you know, however much it is for that box. It's a way better deal.
I like the mandrakes.
They're cool.
Yeah, mandrakes are fun. And you did another cool conversion with them too, using the Idenith Deepkin.
That's the units, yeah. I actually just ran Mel's models, but yeah.
It's good.
You actually don't need to convert them. You just paint them like glowy, like the...
Yeah, and they basically
mandrakes.
are mandrakes.
It's so perfect.
It's great.
Yeah.
All right, thanks again, Brian. Which Chaos God Codex would you want next? And what do you want as a Super Doctrine for it? Possibly new special rules for your choice.
Oh.
Is this Chaos Space Marines or Chaos Demons?
Chaos.
It just says Chaos
Marines.
God Codex.
So I want Khorne.
You want Khorne?
Yeah, I want Khorne
okay.
next.
And their Super Doctrine.
Super Doctrine. You know, make it Blood Angel-y.
So +1 attack.
and the plus to charge. Like, you got to get into combat.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking Super Doctrine here, Brian.
Okay, Super Doctrine. Super Doctrine. Yeah.
Just copy paste Blood Angel rules.
But they all have Black Rage. Like, you can do no actions with this army, but they all get the +1 attack.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Right?
I dig it.
That's cool.
It's kind of a lazy answer, but I dig it.
Yeah. Obviously, I want the Emperor's Children.
So your god would be Slaanesh, but that's the one that needs the least help right now.
That's true. Okay, well, the other answer is genuinely speaking. Like, genuinely, we're working on a Thousand Suns army, so I really hope the book comes out soon.
Okay, yeah. Let's go with that.
All right, thanks, Robbie. Hello from England. Custodes Corn player wanting to start an army with a heavy psychic phase. Do I go Tzeentch Demons or Thousand Suns?
Yeah, both.
Competitively,
it's both.
You actually want both are good.
Both, yeah. The Thousand Suns overall have better psychic because
they're better at it and they have better powers.
And you get more casters that are good.
That's right.
The Tzeentch Demons is like cool. You got the Big Daddy with the Impossible Robe casting.
That's pretty much all you need.
Yeah.
So you take one Lord of Change with the Impossible Robe and his 24-inch smite or whatever, and then the rest is Thousand Suns.
Yep.
Yeah.
Armand, Demon Princes, Magnus.
Yeah, it's all good.
Amazing.
Thanks, DL. Hey all, love the stuff. If you could fix the Tau with one new unit, what would it be? Psyker, melee, go.
I'm not a Psyker. I'm okay with them not having Psychic. That's kind of fine. Funny enough, if they have Psychers, I imagine them almost being like Warpheads, where they do Psychic, but they almost instantly die.
Yeah, they're still figuring it out.
It's like a one-time thing.
Yeah.
So because they are starting to figure out the warp a little bit, like they can skim into the warp and things like that. But it doesn't turn out well for them ever because they have no like Geller fields or anything like that.
Yeah.
So they just get wrecked all the time. So I could see a funny kind of Psyker like that.
Yeah.
But what kind of unit? I would want some beefier crude thing. You know, because I want the army to have combat. They've already proven that they're willing to like have crude be the combat. Now they're not good, but I want them to be some stronger crude unit. Like they used to have the Crude Ox Riders, but they put them legends. Just bring those back for me, and make them like actually terrifying.
That'd be cool. I would take like a melee combat unit that's like a brawler, but they also, because they're discovering psychic, they have like a Gloom Prism mounted. Yeah. That's just like an anti-psychic thing. Oh, they can't harness it, but they're learning how to like fight against it.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Well, and they can find like Blackstone and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I dig that. Right? That'd be awesome. Thanks again, Martin. This is for a kid who tried to ask about Interrogator Chaplain with Teeth of Terra.
Sure.
They can apparently take this in combo to get 8 Strength 10 attacks. Yeah. So the Interrogator Chaplain can take a chainsaw.
Yeah, he can. That's right.
He can take a lot of options. He gets a jump pack if you want.
Yeah.
So he's like he's a really cool.
Because this was something someone asked about 2 days ago, or two games ago, sorry.
Right.
And we thought they could only take a Crozius, but yeah, you could take the Chainsaw Teeth of Terra and then trick yourself out for extra attacks. It's actually good.
I think it's fun. I think the question you have to ask yourself is that better than taking the biker guy? You get fly, but you're not Primaris, but you do get the Teeth of Terra.
Teeth of Terra is like bonkers.
But so is the Relic Crozius.
Well, especially when it goes up to 3 damage, though. Like, Teeth of Terra goes up to 3 damage with this, with that litany, and it's a lot of attacks at...
It's cool. The Relic Crozius is already 3 damage. It goes to 4 with the litany.
I know. It's also good. But there isn't as many things at that 4 wound multiple.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, only like every 3 wound Primaris with an apothecary.
The way I see it is like the number, just the sheer number of attacks, the consistency you'll get out of a Teeth of Terra Chaplain. That's value to me.
How about this? They're both amazing. They're both amazing.
Yeah.
You should try it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, thanks again, Martin. There is an Auspex Tactics video. I think that's why the kid was asking. I just checked, and he gets 10 Strength 8, AP 3, Damage 3 attacks, and gets Deathwing, and John Pack.
Yeah, this is why everyone has been.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a cool like internet thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's always like it wasn't just Auspex was another one that was like most lethal melee unit in the game. I was like,
it is.
That's pushing it, but he's
yeah.
Cool.
It is pretty good.
It's cool.
It's an efficient melee
for
unit.
its price, right? Because it probably comes into like 115 points or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Which,
he's a cheap beat stick.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kyle. What model was your worst experience as assembling? Mine was the old one-eye metal plastic hybrid kit. Thanks for all that you did.
Oh, I forgot about metal hybrid kits. Wow.
I've had many horrible models. Recently, the most painful was the Fire Raptor.
Yeah.
It is a famously warped / uneven model.
Yeah.
So I had to do major manipulation to it to get it to fit.
Right.
And I was really worried that I was going to ruin it at some point.
Yeah.
I almost did, honestly. So that one's pretty rough for me. My backup would be the Tau Devilfish shell. It's a thing where you can't glue it in steps. You have to glue all 4 sides at one time. And they don't lock in. They literally just touch each other. Yeah. So if you try to put pressure, it does this thing where it just slides to the side. And your hands just get coated in glue.
No. I know that feeling.
And so, and it's supposed to be so clean. So if you're off on one edge, you'll just get this lip that's horrible. Yeah. And
don't want that.
Yeah. So anyways, I hate those. I built, I don't know how many are back there. I built like 11 of them in 1 week. So I got a lot of glue on my hands. So yeah,
that's bad.
This is the time when you use plastic glue.
Potentially.
That's what plastic glue is great for.
Fixing mistakes?
No, it doesn't stick to your hands.
It quickly bonds. It doesn't stick to your hands, and it gets it like partially hardens.
Yeah.
Because it melts the plastic, and then the plastic like reforms over time.
Yeah.
So you get kind of like a little bit of a firm hold.
Yeah.
And then you can shape stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
Still wiggle it.
I would say anything from the Sisters book, Sisters Codex. They're all really fiddly bits, and all of them look exactly the same. And so if you cut out the wrong one or place it, it's like not immediately clear, and it's so fiddly and so.
Yeah, that's rough.
Oh my gosh, it's rough.
For me, it's Centurions. That was the worst.
They sucked.
That was the
worst
too.
Yeah.
I hated that.
That's true. That's pretty bad.
Especially
if you're magnetizing them.
I had to do so many.
Did you magnetize them? And you
No,
never played them?
Up. In fact,
put all the work into
it. I didn't even put any of their weapons on.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I might magnetize this. I don't want to glue them. And I just gave up. I was so disheartened.
It's probably for the best.
Thanks again, Martin. I love supporting the channel and feeling at home here. But Brian, where are the TTT high quality and various colored dice for me to buy? I need them.
We tried to get dice made by a company. What happened with that? I don't remember.
We didn't love the options they had, and then we were like, we need to look around, and then
we got busy.
We got busy.
All right.
So
well, that was a good reminder. We definitely forgot. We were trying to do it. It didn't work out. So we'll get back to it.
As always, if we do it, we want to do it right. So that's what happened.
One of the things is, as you'll know, is below the stream we have a merch store where we can sell things.
Ding, ding, ding.
And we can't sell dice on that store. Like the way the technology works, they won't let us list our own products.
Right.
So we have to find another store to sell it to you on, which is actually kind of a real hassle for us.
It is, yeah.
But we'll figure it out one of these days.
Totally.
All right, thanks, Kyle. What model was your worst experience as assembling? Mine was the old one. No, we just did that.
No, he did it.
So far.
You were so far. You almost made it.
I was starting to be.
Nope.
Like maybe he is reading something else.
Nope.
Reset the clock.
0 days since. All right, thanks, KP. Adrian, you better get the Ultramarines an appointment with the Chief Apothecary for the bad case of VD. The Silent King gave them this battle.
I know. That was brutal. It was a good game, but that was brutal.
I'm glad I'm not the only person who every time they see VD, the acronym for Void Dragon, thinks venereal disease.
Yeah. No, I was like,
That's what I see every single time.
That's kind of weird.
I think that's pretty standard actually. The apothecary's got his work cut out for him on this one.
Yeah. He did work, but it wasn't enough.
No.
Thanks, Derek. Hello, Titans. Love your content, and I've learned a lot by watching you play. In the future, any thoughts about filming your tournament matches? Maybe an extra tier of content to subscribe to.
To an extent, I think we want to do tournament coverage. I'm not a big fan of doing any filming during a game because I want to be respectful of my opponent.
Oh, it's got to be a GoPro, Adrian, on your head, like
yeah,
forehead GoPro.
Dude, hold on 1 second. All right, so I'm here at Tabletop Titans, playing this guy, whatever. Anyway, here's my army. Like, there's a fine line.
There's a couple problems. There's a couple challenges with doing it.
Yeah.
One of them is, of course, your opponent needs to agree and feel good about it.
Yeah.
True. The other problem is the best quality you could do would still be way, way, way lower than we're used to.
Yeah.
And then 3, you're playing really fast in a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Even a few minutes that you take to make any of this work, you'll lose your games.
For sure.
Trying to do both.
Yeah.
Trying to play at a top tier in film, it's very challenging. I can assure you.
Yep.
So if you had someone else filming it, then it could work.
Yeah.
I think if you know the channel Play on Tabletop,
their
their very first video ever was a tournament game that they filmed. They weren't playing. They filmed someone else's game, and then they edited it together and whatever else. And that's cool. But it was a lot of work. They had like a team of like 4 people filming this game. So it was like we'd have to roll with like a camera crew and then edit it. It would be neat. It'd be neat, but like not something we have the skills. Like we don't have the people to come and do that with us.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with the muffled audio forehead GoPro plan.
I think that'd be good.
That's what I'm going with.
And then he forgets to take it off and he's like in the bathroom with it.
Yeah. Eating lunch.
And we're banned from Twitch. It's horrible.
We just end up as like one of those Twitch streamers that wanders around.
Yeah, of course.
Oh god.
Yeah, we'll be a just chatting Twitch person who wanders around.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Derek. Hello, Titans. Love your content. No.
Twice?
No.
Wow.
No.
We're just slipping. It's the end. It's a long day.
Yeah, it's a long day.
All right, thanks again, Martin. Answer 2, what games should Bridger play? You let me down, Brian. Only one answer. Blood Angels versus Dark Angels. Deathwing. Could do a mini tourney with Deathwing versus Blood Angels versus Sisters to find out who's top of the Imperium. Custodes, obviously not even invited.
Oh, we did a Blood Angels against Dark Angels.
We did.
On the like debut day or the book release day.
Yeah.
Of Dark Angels.
Yeah. It wasn't a top tier Dark Angels either though. Remember we took Inceptors without a Chapter Master and then realized that you can't do that.
Right.
They get way worse.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, and it had a lot of Raven Wing in it.
Yeah. It was a good list on.
But we did play the game.
Yeah, that's true. And but we could do. Well, I don't know if we're gonna do another tournament right away, but we can have one-off games where it's like these are the 2 best lists we can conjure. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, totally.
And I think we'll probably do that sometime soon.
Yeah. Why not?
Alrighty, thanks to Stash. Starting Chaos Demons, do Fleshhounds have any place in a 2,000 point list? Is 3 Plague Drones okay, or do I need more? Milk for the cornflakes.
I would do more than 3 if you can for the Plague Drones.
Yeah.
No more than 5 in a unit though, obviously. And the Hounds are great.
They actually are.
They're fast. They can get your engage and they can deny. So I think they're really, really good actually. I'd go so far as to say that.
I would max out. I would take the 3 squads.
Yep. Max out the number of squads.
But not the size of the squad. I would min the size of the squads
Yeah.
and take the max. So it's like 15 or something, right?
Exactly.
And I would always take 15. I wouldn't even blink. I would always take it.
I think they're cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Carson. What is your thoughts on Contemptor Dreads in 9th?
They took a hit, obviously.
Sure.
The regular Contemptor in the book can be interesting if they serve your purpose, right? They have a limited type of loadout, but if it works for you, then that's great. Unfortunately, if you want to get the ones that are kitted out a bit more usefully, I would say you have to pay CP for it, which makes them much less desirable. And they did get legitimately like worse, right? They're not that much cheaper. They're not even cheaper than they used to be, and they got worse AP, worse armor, worse BS.
If you're building around dreadnoughts, though, then they can be solid, right?
Yes. You take those.
And there's some legions that can do work with dreadnoughts. So then they're good. But I wouldn't just splash one into any Space Marine army in an attempt to make that army better. I would do it because I like the dreadnoughts and I'm having fun with them. But every time I'm choosing to splash one in, it's at the expense of that strength, the strength of that army.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Joseph. Here's the real showdown. Gilman versus the Sound King, blind test. Who would be better to administrate the 500 worlds?
Ooh.
Oh, I got to go with my man, Bobby G.
I feel like my guy would just take all of their souls and put them into robot bodies. And then he would like instantly mind control all of them. And it would be the perfect administration. So as long as you don't care about any free will or humanity, I feel like the Sound King would do a better job.
Look, if you want to run the 500 worlds, you have to have all the up-to-date software, and that is a long software update. He's got like the first version of Windows.
That's true.
I have a totally different perspective on this.
Okay.
Necrons have like complete despisal and hatred of all things living. He would just kill everybody.
And turn them into robots.
No, he would just kill them.
Fair enough.
Feed their skins to the flayed ones.
So I think he would
Not
be
very efficient at all.
pretty terrible administrator.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
He would be an exterminator.
Then I agree.
You'd be efficient at administrating the extermination.
It's true.
All right. So I feel like it's a tie.
It's a tie. Clearly.
It's a tie.
Close enough. We'll call it a draw.
Exactly.
All right, thanks, Nathan. Awesome game and great news on the studio. Do you think you can make an Alpha Legion army that matches lore? Also, is Bridger playing AOS in the future?
He is. He really wants to play the giants that I'm painting up for
The Mega
commission.
Gargants. Yeah.
So when those
That'll
get
probably
done,
be his first army, right?
For sure. Yeah, he will.
So
Okay.
what is a thematic in your mind, Alpha Legion?
Thematic?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, using actual Alpha Legion rules.
I don't know.
It has to be all of your opponent's models.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's tough.
This is tough.
Like, what's the line? Because obliterators are great with Alpha Legion.
Yeah.
Is that
But
okay?
they don't really fit.
They're
They're
not
not
the most
thematic.
They're like a very loud unit.
What if you put like camouflage on them?
And suppressors.
That's my problem. So cultists are great game-wise and also thematic.
Yeah, right.
They can deny deep strike.
That's true. And the cultists, they're really good at like rallying a bunch of the local people to do their bidding.
Yeah, see, exactly. So you take them, you take a sorcerer. Also, so you can just be warp timing them around, doing move block, weird Alpha Legion kind of stuff.
It's tough. It's tough. One of the things I always love about Alpha Legion is the idea that you do them up as like an Imperium army or something like that. And so they're never clad in their own armor.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's what I was asking about, because it's like, well, kind of a Phobos army.
Yeah.
Done that style, which is cool.
It's cool.
I really like that style.
All right, thank you. I almost did it again. Wow.
Oh.
Thanks again, Martin. If you each had to choose one Space Marine character to give the Primaris treatment from perspective of updating the model, who would you choose? Bridger Azrael? Wait, Chaos doesn't get Primaris.
Yes. Dante.
Yes.
I would. Dante needs it. He's so derpy for how epic and important he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm actually fairly outraged they did not upgrade him.
It's really weird.
They had so many new stories for him, and they made him like the person in charge of like the Imperium Nihilus or whatever, and then they just gave him nothing.
Yep.
So I think he really deserves it.
Easy answer, Captain Darnath Lysander. He needs to be Primaris. Like
who?
Lysander.
What?
Lysander.
Yeah.
Who?
That's right. We don't have a chapter master. We need a chapter master. We need more Primaris.
Is this some fist guy?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Do you actually not know who this is?
No.
Really?
I know
I can't
of
tell
the
if he's
name
trolling me.
Lysander.
He's in Terminator armor, right? He's got the shield. Yeah.
Well, you can't be a Terminator Primaris.
He's actually not a terrible model.
Yeah,
but,
he's not a terrible model.
Yeah, he's got like the goatee and everything.
Yeah,
He's
he's kind of
old man.
cool.
Yeah.
So what would you say, Bridger? Who do you want?
Oh,
to
no, Dante was my answer.
Oh, you got Dante also. Okay,
Yeah,
so
makes
double
sense.
Dante. So
he
it's
really
fine.
needs it.
Yeah,
Dante
does
needs it
need
real bad. I would say more than any other Space Marine.
More than any other.
Yeah, yeah.
He needs it more than
I
any
agree.
other. Agree. Azrael would be great too, though.
Old pigeon toes.
Thanks. Jamie, is there a future where Grey Knights aren't free assassinate Nabor? I recently jumped off to Black Templar to lower my blood pressure, but I still miss the boys.
Yeah, I think it still could use revision for that army, to be honest.
The mission is not the missions are really unforgiving to them.
Yeah.
And the rules are really bad for that army right now. So that army's got it really rough at the moment.
The secondary is just a problem for that army. It's like it went from being like an automatic 15 points to like still an automatic 15 points.
Yeah.
You know?
So it didn't really fix
What
anything.
a different pacing of those automatic 15 points.
Like it'll hurt you more.
It takes them 3 turns.
Because before you're like, well, it doesn't matter. But now it's like, oh, maybe I cannot give them 15 points, and then you do by the end of the game anyways.
I would be okay with something like 4 points for every psychic character. Okay, so it's still really, really strong.
Flex or demons.
But I don't think they should be spamming Greater Demons anyways.
Okay,
so
we'll talk about that later.
That should be like a thing that you choose to do at this expense, you know? So 4 for every character, and then maybe like 1 for every unit to a max of 3.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so that's how I would do it.
Yeah.
But it would have to max out. Like you could get a max of 3 or 4 points or something from units.
Oh, interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
So that way you're not just giving it away with like brimstones or something.
Can't just give it away.
You know, it's not reasonable.
No, it's not.
All right, thanks, Flan in the face. Titans, although Adrian's voice is sultry, I think it would be rad if you had guest VOs from Baldermort or other lore guys for the weekly battle zone.
Oh, that's cool. It's a lot of work. There's a lot. So the war zones don't take a ton of time, but it's a very intimate process where I'm synchronizing the clips and the music and also doing the voiceover at the same time. And they all kind of come together at the same moment. So it's a cool idea, but that's kind of one of the biggest things is like even between like having one of these guys do the voiceovers is like I'm so involved in the process, it just saves a ton of time.
Yeah, and you have to do 1 a week, so it's a lot actually. Add up.
Yeah.
It'd be really tough to pull off. I think if we wanted to do a collaboration with someone like that, we'd want to do more of a one-off thing that we could put a lot more work into.
That'd be cool. We could have Reese. Like, from the Ultramarine system. Prepare for the grim darkness.
That would be awesome.
Really get him at the end of an LVO. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh
When
my
his,
god.
like his voice is the thinnest.
It would just be blank. There'd be
That's right.
nothing. It'd be like,
But you would know. That's how you would know it was him. Yeah, it's breathing. We love you, Reed.
Just breathing.
Yeah. But it's like labored breathing.
yeah. Love it.
All right, thanks again, Martin. Everyone always asks Bridger to say stuff in his orc accent when discussing T of T. Bridger said bonkers. Please, can you say that word more often? Sounds bonkers?
It's
Bonkers.
a good word.
Interesting. Fascinating.
That's
Does
a great
bonkers
word.
sound epic?
Say suppressor.
Confabulator.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, thanks, Ryan. How would you feel about Shooter Boys getting +1 ballistic skill when above 20 models?
Ooh.
That feels very not orky.
I would just give them more DACA above 20 models.
Right.
Some way more DACA is fine with me.
Yeah, as long as it results in more hits.
Yeah.
The ballistic skill isn't the way I would solve it, though.
Interesting.
I would solve it with, like,
Yeah, I'm with Brian.
way even more shots.
It would have to be a lot more, though, right?
Like double?
Like a 2/3. Like a 166%.
Okay.
Because yeah, the thing is, the +1 would be so powerful combined with the number of shots that they have right now.
Wait, hold on. We can do way better than this, guys.
Okay.
1 AP when you're 20 or more models.
No.
Because 0 AP doesn't.
hold
it does
on.
nothing.
Just give them the AP. Just give them the AP.
Innately?
Right.
Either give them the
Okay.
AP.
I like this.
Yeah.
All right.
They
'Cause,
need
like-
AP. Let's be real. Orcs need AP, and they even need more DACA.
Right now, they could shoot like 200 shots from a squad. Their
It's not
strength
even that
4
many.
0 AP
No,
wouldn't
it's
do anything.
60 shots from a squad.
They could shoot 200. It still wouldn't do
It
anything.
still wouldn't kill
Oh, I
anything.
see. Okay, yeah.
Like a
Like-
I agree.
5-man intercessor squad would still be fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like super fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like you lost one dude.
So they need AP.
Yeah.
All right, last one of the night or the day, the evening.
Who knows?
Last one for this.
It's dark in
stream.
here. We actually don't know what time it is.
Yeah.
This is a black, just a void. You know, we come in to play Warhammer and we leave, and it's like we open the door and the light hits us or not.
Where are we? What
Yeah.
year?
Where are we? What day is it?
All right, thanks, Brian. The true Alpha Legion is to check your Space Marine meta and copy it, paint them Alpha Legion. Whoa.
Oh. Switch cam.
Okay.
Did power go out?
I don't know. Maybe.
Hey guys.
Okay.
Look at our table.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Also had an idea for Grey Knights, a strat to give a buff, psychic power to all units within, say, 6 inches.
Yeah, that could
That's
be
cool.
That could be fun. That's a cool way to do it. Well, it looks like one of our cameras maybe got unplugged or something like that. Oh,
it's
you want
Brian.
hand cam? Oh, Adrian's on the hand cam. Well, we were
3D.
at the end anyways, so good timing.
Yep.
Thank you so much for joining us. Again, thank you so much for helping us get this new studio out. Become a member so that you can find out more and keep up with the cool behind-the-scenes videos that we're going to be doing next week. And we'll see you on Thursday for our Age of Sigmar game. We're so excited for that. Even if you don't play Age of Sigmar, it's always a good time. It's a really fun game and a lot of fun to watch. So we'll see you next time on the tabletop.